Hello and welcome to another episode of Stock Shots. Please remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just giving my opinion based on some things I see, like support and resistance, supply and demand, and of course, some indicators that may be on the screen. So always do your own due diligence. Make sure you educate yourself and always look to the left because we're looking at things that have already happened. Think about what things may do in the future. So this is another episode of Stock Shots. Welcome. All right, welcome back to another episode of Stock Shots. I have been away for a while. Got a new position at work, and holidays happen, family visits, and everything. So this week, let's get back to what we usually talk about, and that is the S, the C, the I, and the F fund, our TSP. So first, we're going to start out, of course, with the S fund. It is taking a downturn. I have a daily sell signal, but let's look at the weekly. In the weekly, this is just a test of the 14-week moving average. As long as we can stay above this, or that would be the 2288. If we can stay above that area, hi, this is just a pullback, another option or another area for you to get in to continue upward. If it goes below, that means if we go below this area here, I'm expecting for 2205 for the next area to be tested. If we do, I'm going to say this. I would say literally about this area and then maybe a push up. So let's make this a little bit cleaner. Generally, let's look for staying above that area there, which is 2288. If we go lower, I would say about the 2233 or 2206 for the S fund. I'm hoping it's just a pullback. The weekly's giving me a sell signal, but the weekly sell signals can change only because you had one here. It dipped down pretty low. It went to that 50-day moving or 50-week moving average, and then it popped right back up. So we may have a pullback for about 1 to 2 weeks, and then we can consider pulling out if you haven't done so already. That's up to you. Now, generally in the daily, I would look for it to go no further than there, the 2118. If it gets down to there, that's a definite change to the G fund for me. At this point, I'm waiting to see if Monday's candle can get me above this area here, 2322, which is my 48-day moving average. So that's the S fund. Let's talk about the C fund. C fund is essentially doing the same thing. In the week, I do not have a sell signal. It is doing a test of the 14-day moving average. At this point, I do not see a point in getting out. I want to see if I get a rejection going back up to here. I want to clear that 5986 area right here. I want to clear that. If next week I can get above that, great. If I get a continuation to a downside, I'm looking for here, and that'll be about 5700 flat. Okay. There is a trend line that is under here. Or is that something else I drew a while ago? Something else I drew a while ago. Let's get rid of that. So if it comes down any further, I would look for it to go probably here around that 54, 67, 69 area. So that's it for the C fund. Now, if it goes up, great. Make a new high. But right now, it looks like it may want to pull back on each one of the S and C funds. I just want to see how far back it goes. So let's talk about the international fund. On the international fund, this is taking a dive. Now, it is close to getting to its 200-day moving average, or should I say 200-week moving average, but this is the almost exact same place it came to at a low in August, and we saw from there, we shot up for about 3 weeks straight, a pullback, and then more upward movement, and that made our high. Now, at this point, let's go into the daily. In the daily time frame, I do have a sell signal. If I continue down, I would be looking for the $73 mark for the international fund. At this time, I do have some kind of rejection, so this $74.40 could be our area of support. but we'll see. We'll see. I would love to see this push back up to around $77. If it does that, great. But I'm not even in the international fund, so hey, to each their own. Let's talk about this bond fund real quick. I'm trying to go through it fast. I haven't done this in a while, so I just want to make sure I get you guys the information you need off the bat. Keep it short and sweet. I actually have more videos to do today, and I'll be doing some editing. But for the bond fund, we got more sell signal on the daily. We do have a bounce though, but we have a lot of dead space. So we have some dead space in between here. We have a gap in between these prices. So here's the thing. We can get a pull up to maybe about the $97 range and then a flush down. But let's look in the weekly. In the weekly time frame, let's get this out the way. Let's see if we can put this in a channel. So if I put this in a channel, it's not at the bottom of its channel yet for the bond fund. Like it could be more room for it to go down at this point. So if it does, I would say this. If the bond market continues down, stocks probably will follow. So just be wary. This could be a turn to the downside for all of our funds for a good while, but you do want to make sure that you look for entry signals if you're looking to get back into your funds at a certain time. Personally, I may consider looking at the S fund here. Monday, I make my decision on if I'm going to go into the G fund or if I'm going to stay invested. But Monday will tell. And it's probably going to be a low volume day as well because it's still going to be holidays. So if you haven't heard this yet, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Kwanzaa, and of course, enjoy New Year's. So this is Stock Shots for the week. See you next week for another episode and some more information on the TSP funds.